So anyways, sorry about that. My last video cut out on me before I got done. So doing a part two, I guess. But anyways, the one thing I noticed when I started getting on the herbs is compared to whenever I got off the pills, the only problem was the migraines and panic attacks sometimes when I got too stressed out, because from being on those pills and not being able to think straight, and then getting off those pills and having to hold back all that stress just to keep myself calm, it was a little bit stressful, and it sometimes gave me panic attacks. I noticed one thing about the herbs is whenever I started doing the herbs, I was able to think a lot clearer. I was, with being on them, there was no more migraines, no more panic attacks, and stuff like that. They really helped out a lot. I was moving, like, I started moving even quicker than what I was. I was able to think completely clearly, and the herbs just really picked me up, and put me to a place where I needed to be. With all these doctor prescribed prescription drugs, it's just, they don't do a lot of good. And now, there is some things I would support about modern day medicine, but I wouldn't support them for me myself. If I feel like a loved one's life is in danger and they're sick and they need procedures, they need surgeries, and now there are some herbs that can help with these procedures, but at the same time, a lot of times you do need somebody's help. I would recommend a loved one going to a doctor, but I wouldn't recommend it for myself. I'm kind of a hypocrite thinking like this, but if you see somebody you love in so much pain and you can't think of a way to help them, and you're afraid of what might happen to them, sometimes your beliefs are turned for that split second. Now, there are herbs that can help with these, but at the same time, herbs can only do so much too. Sometimes you do need a gallbladder removed. Sometimes you do need bones mended, and stuff like that. But so there are some stuff I would agree with, but not for me. I do believe if it is my time to go, I shouldn't get the procedure. It's just my time. If I'm so sick and in pain that it could cause death, then it would cause death. But as for a loved one, it's just too heartbreaking. And for that split second, my opinions change on the fact. I do know my sister, she's got kidney stones and stuff like that. And when I see her vomiting up and bleeding everywhere, and just, it's a little bit painful. But then I go back and I go like, I'll never get these procedures done. If I am in need of a kidney stone removal, then I just let that kidney stone just waste me away. But then there are some things that doctors can do that anybody else, like if you get say you get stabbed or something, all you gotta do is know how to stitch it up. And it's now it is something that takes a lot of practice and a steady hand. And if you don't have a steady hand, you can get somebody else to do it. But it is actually quite easy to stitch up a wound. And that's something anybody can do. Yeah, my opinion is drugs aren't good. Now, procedures can be good, but I wouldn't recommend them for myself. But drugs are never good. I do not agree with drugs. But herbs are 100% safe. It doesn't matter what it is. I mean, you would have to be smart and know what you can and cannot take in. Obviously, people are allergic to some stuff. People can't consume some stuff. People can't breathe in some stuff. But there are always other herbs that can help with the problems that those herbs that you can't take in can do. So, yeah, I'm 100% towards herbs. Drugs, just prescription drugs, illegal drugs, they're just, I mean, there are some illegal herbs, like, of course, marijuana. Those are good, and I don't see why they're illegal. They are not drugs. But, yeah, drugs in general are just bad, and I don't think anybody should want to get that addiction in them. I mean, some of the stuff you take and look at crystal meth, that's taken, put in cocaine, a already bad drug, mix it in with battery acid, bleach, what's it called, I think hydrogen, they take liquid nitrogen, I believe they take that and just, run it through the valves. I can't remember the exact ingredients, but I do know two of the main ingredients are battery acid and bleach into making crystal meth. And that, I only know because I did know some people who did it. I would never do it. I would never try it, just because, hey, that stuff, the stuff that it's made out of, you know it's deadly. Drugs are just unnatural and unhealthy. I would never try a drug, ever. But, I would never recommend anybody trying drugs. I would never recommend anybody who is doing drugs to stay on drugs. If you do drugs, that's really on you, I guess. That's something you gotta cope with. If you want to get off them, do your best, and I hope that you do get off them. If you don't, then I really don't know what to say. But that's really all I have to say. Drugs versus herbs. Herbs every day. Doesn't matter what type of drugs it is. Doctor prescribed or not. I would not go for drugs. Let me know what y'all think. Also, one good thing, I'm currently living in the state of South Carolina. On ABC News, I found out a couple weeks ago, the Senate is actually legalizing marijuana in the state of South Carolina. So for all of y'all who live in the state of South Carolina who do smoke weed, get ready to celebrate. That's all I can say.